Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and Senia.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial. I am your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group and 813mortgage.com. That's right, guys, over a decade here on 970 WFLA. We're also on some other channels, so if you guys can't catch us early Sunday mornings on 970, don't forget we are on FM now as well. It's 105.9 FM, or you can catch us on our other AM channel. That is 1250 WHNZ. We can definitely help you guys out learning about business, entrepreneurship. Today we're going to be learning about MMA. We have Combat Quest 40. That's right. That is a huge milestone. If you make it to 40 years old, you're a freaking OG. And if you're on Combat Quest 40, you probably bashed some skulls in for about 10 years or so to get to that level. And we are going to talk about, I know Senia's over here like, what are you talking about, bashing in skulls? But anyway, we are going to have a great show. We like to talk real estate. We're going to do some stats today with Senia from Mahara and Associates. I have a clue for you. The market is heating up. So if you want to talk real estate, stay tuned to this first segment, because this first segment is going to be all about real estate and what is going on in the market. I was just out somewhere, Sen. Where the heck was I? Oh, I was at the Owls meeting with all the Northdale Owls and all the people over 65. And this family comes up and asks them if they own a home. And she goes, well, I just sold my home. I go, well, really? You buying another house? She goes, no, I'm actually moving into like a retirement resort community where they do everything for me and we have games and all these cool things. I was like, that sounds awesome. I go, how did the house sale go? She said she was on the market for 1 day.
Oh, yeah?
1 day.
Good for her.
So we're going to tell some people here in a minute, what does it mean to be in a highest and best offer situation? What does it mean when we're hearing that houses are selling in 1 day? What does that mean to you as a buyer and a seller? I bet Senia has some answers for you for that. And I can also tell you that if you're looking at the real estate market and wondering if things are heating up, the answer is yes, because we had our two biggest weeks in real estate history and mortgage history these last 2 weeks compared to the last 2.5 years. So very interesting information for you guys to learn. We're going to have a great guest. We have my buddy Brandon Eady, the founder, CEO, inventor, whatever you want to call it, of Vigilant MMA and Combat Quest. Welcome to the studio, Brandon.
Thank you. I'll go with just matchmaker.
Just matchmaker. Get yourself into your mic. You are not into the mic. We got to get Brandon in there.
Apologize.
We'll call him Matchmaker. We can do that. And we got to get you on video. Did you get the invite for your Instagram Live over there?
Let's see.
I sent it to your Vigilant MMA. Just want to make sure you've got that. And while you're pulling that up, I'll go ahead and get us out here on the Facebook machine so everybody can watch us both from Facebook and Instagram. And I'm going to defer over to my partner in just a second to find out about the real estate stats, because I've been waiting patiently for these numbers to come out. And last week you did some condos and some different things.
We did do that. Yeah. And remember, my stats, these are for February. So we do lag behind probably about, a good 3-4 weeks.
Okay.
Before I get the numbers. So I do think that March is going to be more exciting to kind of go along with your very exciting 2 weeks.
Yes, I can't wait.
But I mean, February numbers were not bad. We're a little bit down. So overall, our closed sales volume for February year over year is down 4.9%. The median sale price only 1.2%. So I think just overall, when you hear the headlines of, prices are sinking, and that's not the case.
No. So you said home prices, sale prices?
Median sale price. And this is for our Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, and Hernando counties.
Okay.
And I guess, let me tell you the median sale price for February. In Hillsborough, it's $419,950. And we've been, at that 420 number for a while. Pinellas is 445,000 and Pasco 369,990. Let's just say 370.
Man, the 370, that's actually cheaper than I thought they were. So you can go to Pasco and get something for...
Well, Pasco's traditionally been. I mean, they've definitely increased a lot, but I mean, yes, if you want more house for the money, you go to Pasco.
Yeah, well, that honestly, Pasco is not that far away. Like
It's really not.
It's
no.
not. Like, what do you consider Pasco? Spring Hill?
I mean, that Hernando.
Right,
That's
Hernando.
Spring Hill is, Hernando. I mean, Pasco, we've got Wesley Chapel.
That's right.
Orlando Lakes.
Yeah, I mean, Wesley Chapel's like right around the corner. Let me help
but
out
like
Brandon
Newport
here.
Richie, so if you want to go.
Redo your invite real quick, because your invite worked, and I accepted you, but it didn't pop you on the screen for some reason. Here we go. Don't move, Brandon. Don't do a thing. I'm hitting accept. And that should put you on there. Sorry, guys. We do this live on the Instagram as well as on the Facebook and on. Oh, I think he's on. There he is. There's my man from Vigilant MMA. He is on. Now make sure your volume is down on your phone all the way, just so we're not.
Volume and hit the microphone button.
Yep. Kill your microphone. That's the most important thing. And I think we got to go on. Boom. There's my buddy. This guy I have known this guy. Let me think. How far back now?
1993. That's
Oh
when
my
we started Jesuit. Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody. Well, you just told like 40,000 people. Yeah. So and now I've got a son going there. That's how old we are.
Kicking butt, undefeated.
Yes.
JV hockey team.
Yes.
Man, I saw that.
And their spring team is also undefeated. So these guys are, I kind of told the coach the other day, I was like, maybe you got to throw a game. You got to do something here because these kids have not tasted a loss all the way through a year and a half now. It's like, I tried to tell them the other day, I was like, that's not how it goes.
Right. That ain't real life.
That's not real life. So anyway, welcome to the show.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome to banter in. Cindy always does all the stats from Mahar and Associates, and I'm always excited to hear them because I saw some of y'all's faces when I was saying the market is good, and they're like, "What are you guys talking about?"
Yeah.
Because the damn Google machine keeps telling everybody you got to watch all these videos sent of people being like, the Florida market's depressed, things are terrible, we're gonna have a foreclosure crisis. What do you think, Sen?
I don't think that's going to be happening, no.
No, I don't think so. No. And from what I saw and by the way, how I judge it is I judge it by application volume. How many apps come in, and of those applications, how many actually sign contracts and go to underwriting? The last 2 weeks, okay, not counting this week, we have been at above normal production. Right? There's a number that I look for. And let's say that the average number is 7. We've at that on my scale, we're going to call it, we're at 10 over the last 2 weeks. So if that holds even above 7 for the next couple weeks, I'm going to say we're on a trend right here and things are going the right way. And when you walk in and meet a random seller and they tell you that their house sold in a day, right? That's not normal, is it, Cindy?
Must be quite a house.
Wow.
I mean, it used to be normal, in pandemic.
Yeah, in pandemic.
Market, but no, I mean, that's great, and that does still happen.
Yeah. Are you getting any highest and best situations where you have multiple
offers? We'll still
offers?
come across multiple offers. Listen, if your house is just beautiful, stands out amongst the rest, that is still possible.
Right.
But I mean, the great news for buyers is inventory is still increasing.
Right.
That's the big trend that has been happening, that has not slowed, and that is great news for buyers.
What does that mean in layman's terms?
It gives them more options.
Okay.
Gives them more options. And, for sellers, they have to price accordingly because they have more competition. So I think it just, we're shifting towards that balanced market.
Right, which is a healthy market.
I think it's a healthy market. We need a healthy, balanced market, and that's the direction we're headed. And I mean, things are heating up.
They are.
Yeah, we're almost to April here. Well, today
Today
we are.
is
Yeah, I guess
April.
we are. Yeah,
Yes.
Sunday. So yes, April is the start of our really hot month. April, May, June, and I think it's going to be a great spring selling season.
Yes.
And we're seeing lots of inventory coming in. We've got lots of listings that are going to be coming up, and I think that's great.
Now, did you hear the good news? We got picked up by CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News Channel. We're going to be live every Friday night. They're giving us a TV show. Did you hear about this? April Fools!
Oh, I'm like, okay.
I totally got, even Brandon, I got him for a quick second.
Okay.
They're like, oh, damn, this is going to be a really
In
good
your
show.
dreams, Frank.
I know. One day they'll pay me for this wonderful job. Maybe you guys can write your congressman. Tell him that Frank needs to get paid. But anyway, so these stats, so it's a stronger market. What else did you pull anything else down that we need to know about?
I mean, these are, they're not as exciting as I think the stats you've got for these boys here.
Yeah, well, these boys have some serious stats. These are like the stats I'm bashing heads in. We're just talking right now about stats on just, real
Bashing
estate.
those mortgage rates.
Bashing the mortgage rate. You know what? Actually, I will bring something up because one of the most popular posts that I've put out in the last couple weeks was one where I literally put on the screen, I said, Google is lying about rates, right? So let's play that game real quick. We got a minute something left. Brandon, I want you to guess. What do you think the 30-year fixed mortgage rate is right now if I was to type it into Google, which I'm going to get my computer to work eventually here? What do you think it might be?
Probably around 6.5, 6.75.
All right. Anybody else in the peanut gallery want to guess what they think about? 8. All right. We got a guess of an 8. What was the other? Who's that? Somebody's got a time machine.
This isn't the Price is Right, though. It's not like the lowest, betting $1 that doesn't win.
So let's see here. Ooh, I like some of these guesses. As of today is what it says. The average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is around 6.83%. That is what all of your consumers are hearing right now. You want to know what the truth is, guys? They're at 6%. They're at 5.875%. We just locked an FHA loan at 5.625 and a VA at 5.75. So why is Google saying this? Guys, it's corporate greed. I repeat it over and over. Get off the fence. Get into the market now. Call Cinia. Go to Mahar and Associates. Let her find you the house. We'll find you the mortgage, and you're not going to pay 6.83%. You're going to be in the high 5s if you have good credentials. So get the hell off the fence before your neighbor does, and he goes and takes that dream home from you because he knows the rates are lower. So no, you don't have to lock in at 6.8. You can lock in at 5.8, but you need to go to contactfrankthebank.com, or you're going to reach Cinia by
TampaRealEstate.pro.
That's it.
And that example you gave us, that's a big difference, guys.
That's huge.
So, 6.8 or 5.9.
That's it. Math. I tell you what, when we get back from the break,
point.
It's a full point. When we get back from the break, we're going to find out what does that mean on the average sales price of $400,000. Stay tuned to the Business Happy Hour with Frank the Bank and Cinia from Mahar and Associates. We'll be back in just a minute.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All the best mortgage or real estate advice from Tampa Bay's top experts. It's the Business Happy Hour with Frank the Bank Cotto and Cinia Kishina.
Man, I hope you guys like that new intro. That was our producer, James. Boy, he got everybody in the studio off guard on that one. That was good. And we are going to rumble today. We are going to rumble the Combat Quest number 40. But as promised, for all you guys who listen through the commercial break, by the way, all you Instagrammers, you guys get to see the behind the scenes of the radio show. You get to hear us talk a little banter behind the scenes while we're waiting on our break. But let's do that, Sen. So let's say they borrowed $400,000. All right.
Keep the numbers even.
Let's keep them even. And let's say they got the rate that Google tells you you're going to get today of 6.8. That would give you a principal and interest payment of $2,607. $2,607. That's $400,000 at 6.8%. Let's say they come to Frank the Bank, Cinia, and Lincoln Lending Group, and they get 5.8%. That drops it from, what did I say it was? 2,607?
2,607.
To 2,347.
So 260.
Yeah. Good math, Jesuit education there.
You know it.
200, oh yes, 200 and what is it? $60 freaking dollars a month.
Right.
I mean, not for nothing.
$3,000 a year plus.
Yeah, a buddy of mine just bought this this used little SUV. He's only paying $290 a month on his car payment. That's a car. That's a car for your kids. So you gotta talk to the right lender. You got to go to contactfrankthebank.com, or if you're interested in a reverse mortgage, go to reverseguru.com. Either way, it'll bring you to Lincoln Lending Group. We'll get you guys taken care of. And if you need a great realtor, you're going to talk to Senia Akishina from Mahara and Associates, one of the biggest, best real estate companies in town. And you're going to reach her by going to?
Well, call me.
Oh, call you?
Yeah, I like the phone too. 813-755-REAL.
I love it. That's so easy. 755-REAL for the Real Business Happy Hour, which is what you're listening to right now. And again, don't forget, we are a podcast on iHeartRadio. 755-REAL is how we get Senia. Contact Frank the Bank is how you get me. And you listen to our show every week on 1250 WHNZ, 105.9, 90. 970 WFLA, and you can check us out on iHeartRadio on the podcast. So without further ado, my good buddy, I've known this guy for way too many decades. I have seen this guy break necks. I've seen him get his neck broken. I've seen him break his neck to get a business built, and now I am proud to say this man has created not one, not two, not 10, not 20, but 40 main events, 40 combat quests. He is modestly calls himself the matchmaker. But my buddy Brandon here from Combat Quest 40 and Vigilant MMA, welcome to this show.
Thank you, my friend. Man, that was a rousing introduction. He did even better than last time.
I know. I made it all up.
I like that. That's on. I was telling Cindy on the elevator. I said, me and Frank, one of the things we learned at Jesuit is that we can think on the fly and we can throw together a masterpiece on short notice.
Yes.
And I was looking at those questions you were asking me coming up the elevator, and I was like, yep. That's
there it is.
There it is.
And you answered them perfectly for me too.
Yes, sir. We get it done.
So tell us a little bit about Vigilant MMA and Combat Quest. I know it's your baby. You got it started. We're now on our 40th event, but tell the listeners what it is. And then we're going to tell them how they can get there, and then we're going to talk to some fighters.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Combat Quest, it's a byproduct of Vigilant MMA. Vigilant MMA is kind of like the parent company, and we run all the different events through there. We have Combat Quest. Also on this show, April 19th, we have another Combat Quest influencer fight card. So we're building this side show with local artists, local musicians, local bartenders, local barbers.
What?
An influencer side. Yeah. So at this next show, the first 6 fights are all different influencers. In fact, the featured bout is 2 rappers, and they're both making songs about each other, and it's going to be a whole circus.
Oh, man.
So we're trying to build that side event so that eventually we can bring in someone like what are those guys? The Island Boys.
Yeah.
Or somebody like that's from Florida.
Get the little Beachy Boys to come in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of the byproduct.
I love it.
We also do jiu-jitsu events. We have CQ Jitsu events. And
Okay.
we have our 7th one of those that's going to be on the next show in Clearwater. That's on June 14th.
Okay.
So we like to mix it up. We like to switch it up. But on this upcoming event, you got the influencer fight card. That's going to start at 5 o'clock.
All right.
Doors will open at 4:30, and you have 6 different influencer fights. At this point, they're all boxing except for one. One's going to be amateur bare knuckle. Now we have to call it modified boxing because the hands are covered, but they're covered with 4-ounce professional MMA gloves. No wraps, no gauze under there, nothing. Just bare fist with a 4-ounce MMA glove.
So there's like hardly any padding.
Correct. There's nothing there. It's basically a little bit of vinyl over your bare knuckles.
Oh.
Now, I don't like doing those matches because I know that they're going to cost me a lot of money. I'm going to have to pay for stitches. I'm going to have to pay for hospital visits. That's usually how those fights go.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So we only sprinkle one in here and there, but that's in our the co-main event of that influencer fight card. We have a Marine fighting a influencer flying himself in from New York.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's so are these fights the bloodier ones then?
That one definitely will be one of the bloodier fights.
I mean,
of the night,
that's
right
got to
there,
be
yeah.
the bloodiest, right? When
Absolutely.
you have less padding, less protection.
Yep. And the most dangerous, And I don't like doing that to these guys as amateurs, really. I want to protect them as much as I can.
Right.
So we do very few of those. But
I guess they kind of sign up for it, though, right?
He's a Marine. That's what he wants. And he does want to go pro with the bare knuckle. And so this is kind of some practice for him for that pro bare knuckle jump because there's no getting ready for that. Someone that knows how to punch and has a bare fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to go to sleep.
No, I'm not big on getting punched by humans or arm laws. Either one.
Armoire 1, Frank 0, by the way.
Yeah. They definitely got me on that one. Okay, wow. Let's tell everybody where it's at. So this is going to be on April 19th. It is in Clearwater. It's actually right up the street here from the studio, the OCC Roadhouse. I have yet to go. I've got to check it out myself. It's owned by Orange County Choppers. Is that where they got that? The motorcycle guys.
Absolutely. They have a whole huge outdoor pavilion out back. We dress it up. We bring in a whole bunch of smoke and lights, and we're going to upgrade it from the last event. The last event was great. Now we're going to do even more. We're going to have track lighting on the walkouts. We're going to have some moving lights. We're just going to keep accelerating this whole production so that every time people are getting more than their money's worth. I love when people leave our events. I've been doing this for 40 shows. One of the things I learned in the very beginning was if you really want to know how your show went, about 5 minutes to go when the main event's still going, have somebody go stand by the front door. And I've been doing this for years. And they just listen to people as people are leaving. And I get a great idea of, man, that last fight sucked. Why did they have that fight there? Or, man, bro, this was great. We can't wait to come back. And, I mean, we run at about 90% of people leaving are really happy with the product.
I think what you put on is an amazing show. I think what really sets you apart is there's so many different fighting styles and different techniques. You're not, I got to see a slap fighting one time, and I thought that was going to be like funny. Oh no, that ain't funny.
They slap the ever living.
I was wondering
mess
what that
out
is.
of
Yeah, so
it's called combat jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So this is where you take Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and then once you're on the ground, they will open palms, strike each other in the face, and they will actually even backhand. I've seen a guy smack like a pimp.
So on that note, pimp slapping right here on the Business Happy Hour. We're going to be back in just a minute. We're going to have our first fighter on, so get ready. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a minute on the Business Happy Hour with Cynthia and Frank right here on 970 WFLA. All right, we're going to do 5 minutes each fighter, and I'll keep you on track. So I'll bring them in. We already have them here.
We'll get these two on this one, and then we'll get Dante on the
Exactly. That'll be perfect. Yep. Oops, I just screwed that up. What's wrong with my thing here?
What the heck? I turned that off.
All right, guys, thank you for watching on our Instagrammers. We're going to be coming back live in just a minute. We're going to have 3 fighters for you guys. Pavo, Nwosu, and Frigga are going to be our 3 fighters we're going to be talking about today.
Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with 2 of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and Senia.
All right, and Senia. It's like, you remember Max Headroom? Are you old enough for Max Headroom? Oh, man, you remember Max Headroom, like my Max Headroom, remember that crap? Yeah.
But she's got to have the most beautiful name I've ever heard in my life.
Senia.
Every time they say it, I'm just like, wow.
Senia Akishina. It does rhyme.
Do, for sure.
It's almost like your parents knew what they were doing when they did that, maybe. She's like, no. What does Senia mean, by the way?
Oh, I think something like of the heavens.
I can see that.
See? All right, Brandon. Good call. So I don't want to delay. And of course, Senia, we were supposed to go to the last Combat Quest. Something happened.
I got sick.
That's
and I
right,
was
you
so
got sick.
excited. We
Yes.
had dinner planned and I was so excited to go.
Yes.
So I was telling Brandon, I'm like, we are coming.
So
We're going to make
Nicole,
it work this time.
She tells me walking out the door, she's like, don't ask me to go. Tell Brandon I'm very sorry. She said, tell her I can't even watch it on TV. I can't even watch Yellowstone in the family room with her, right? But we are going to plan it, and we are going to go. I'm looking at my calendar right now. April 19th, guys, that's when this is. I actually think I can go. April 19th, it is OCC Roadhouse. I want you guys to go to vigilantmma.co, not com. It's not com. Vigilantmma.co. That's where you're going to buy your tickets. By the way, get the VIP. Can they buy VIP tickets still?
Absolutely. Just a few left. I think there's like 3 VIP tables left.
Guys, it is so worth it, that VIP table. I remember the very first one you sent me to, and I sat up there, and I mean, listen, not for nothing, but you might get splattered a little bit, maybe a little blood, maybe a little sweat.
Especially with that modified boxing match.
Oh man, I can't wait. So we're going to try to make it ourselves, Cindy and I, and hopefully we can do a little shout out while we're there. But I don't want to waste any time. I want to get these fighters on because these guys traveled from a long way to get on the radio show. Brandon, if you want to introduce our first fighter and talk about his technique and a little bit about him.
All right. So first up, we got Mr. Ryan Pavot. Ryan Pavot is a local firefighter here, fighting out of UFC Gym in Clearwater. He's got a 2-2 record. He's coming in off of a big victory. He defeated an undefeated fighter that was really confident coming in. He got him with a second-round submission, right?
Yep.
I remember all this
like
stuff.
Choked
somehow.
him out submission?
No, much more intricate than that. But I'm gonna let him take the mic and tell you guys about that experience.
Yeah, tell us about it, Ryan. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Y'all can hear me good?
Oh yeah, you're great.
All right. Second round, I took him down and got him to an armbar. That's pretty much it. I know he says more intricate, but it's like
No, you're too modest. That's what it is.
I try.
So you're an armbar. What's an armbar?
it's a submission where you straighten out someone's arm, essentially. I
Right.
don't know if you can see it on the camera. And you hyper extend the ligaments and bone into your elbow. And if you do that
Hard enough.
then it could break the arm.
Oh, and does that normally happen, or do they normally give up before you snap their
It
arm?
can. He tapped before that could happen, and I'm not trying to like seriously hurt anybody.
I mean,
Not yet. Not
Not
till he
yet.
gets to the pro level. He's
yeah.
got to be getting paid to do that.
But like Brandon said earlier, like we're amateurs. He's trying to protect the fighters, and yeah,
Right.
we
So, I mean,
all got day jobs at the end of the day. So
I assume. Well, by the way, your day job. My brother's a retired fighter from Tampa, and my
nice.
nephew is a current firefighter for Tampa. So I commend you for having that. Your day job is probably about as hard as your night job.
yeah, it can be. It's fun.
Yeah, especially nowadays. You guys are not chasing kittens in trees anymore.
No, sir.
Guys.
It happens occasionally.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Yeah.
This armbar thing, I assume most guys give up before it gets really bad. I mean, I guess you kind of know when your arm's about to separate from your body.
Yeah, it hurts a lot worse before that happens. So
Yeah.
but it's your body telling you, hey, you give up,
Yeah.
please.
And what's your rank, Ryan? Tell everybody your rank with stripes.
I'm a 3-stripe purple belt. So
Oh. Okay.
if
That
you go
means
through
he's
the-
about to be brown.
Okay.
And then once he hits brown, the only thing after that is black. So
Wow.
he's about 2/3 in through his martial arts journey to a black belt.
So how long you been training for that?
probably like 8 years ish on
Okay.
and off.
All right.
I do it all. So
a large
I do
portion of
kickbox-
your life.
Yeah, I do kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, all of it. So
Man,
yeah.
that
all
is-
all encompassed, probably around 9 years.
I love it. I love it. So what else? So you excited about this fight? Are you
Yeah.
ready for this fight? Are you gonna try to break that guy's arm? We're gonna break his face. What are we gonna do?
Whatever he gives me. If he wants to stand and bang, I could do that. If we want to go to the ground, I could do that. I'm just happy to compete. Really,
I love
it was actually funny. When Brandon approached me with this fight, I beat this dude's opponent, and then I remember him in the corner after that fight. He was like, me next. So I'm glad that we can actually get it done. So
Oh, so he was calling it out. He's like,
Yeah.
so you just beat that guy's ass. Now I want you to beat mine. Oh, okay. Well, at least they're honest with each other.
That team, they're very fearless. Win,
Which
lose,
I
or draw,
appreciate.
they come to bang.
Me next.
Yeah.
Wing Chun science, man. Those guys come to fight. So that's I like putting fights like that together.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Two respectful martial artists. Both these guys are relentless, and that's one of the reasons I brought him in. Ryan wins this fight. He's going to break into the vigilant top 5, and I was just speaking with him off camera about who that potential opponent might be for the June event, and I've already got that guy lined up ready to go. So if he wins this fight, he cracks into the top 5 and puts himself into a title eliminator situation.
Oh, man. I love it. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on. We wish
Thank
you the
you.
best of the luck. And
thank you for having me.
I would say go after the left arm. But,
We'll see.
Whichever one he gives you.
Yeah.
whichever one he gives you. And then just watch the corner for the guy who's going to say me next.
Yeah.
And then we'll get that guy on next. Right, Brandon?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if he wins this one, then I think he's pretty much cleaned out the 125 division there. But,
Then we'll move on to the next. Man, speaking of moving on to the next, we got another fighter in here. I believe it's Nwosu. Is that correct?
D. Nwosu.
D. Nwosu. What does the D stand for? Should we tell anybody or no?
Family secret.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have to beat him to find that out.
Right.
And I heard that might be difficult. I heard it might be difficult to beat you in the courtroom and in the ring. Is that real? Oh, they give you a second to get your ears on. It's difficult to beat you in the courthouse or the ring, is what I hear.
Something like that. Depends on the case, I guess.
Yes. So your day job is not cats out of trees and running into burning buildings. Instead, you're putting up with the social justice system. Is that what I hear?
Yeah, I've been doing civil litigation as a practicing attorney now in Florida since 2017, 2018. But I got my start in civil litigation back when I was finished undergrad in 2009. So I've been doing this for a while.
Oh, wow. Man, and what got you into fighting?
You know, it was just a random thing. I just wanted to find a new way to stay in shape and meet people.
Right.
And, I never knew anything about fighting. I played football, ran track my whole life. So I was like, let me try something different. And I had no intention of ever fighting at all. And I just joined Tampa Muay Thai just to learn the basics. And one thing led to another. You move up the ranks a little bit. And before you know it, they're saying, hey, you have a fight next Friday. You be ready. That's how it started back in 2022. So
you've only been fighting? Like you got into Muay Thai like, what, 5 years ago? Something
yeah,
like that?
I started, joined Tampa Muay Thai in 2021, yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And then how did you guys connect? Or why don't I let you talk about his fight and the techniques? And I just ran right into it. Sorry.
It's all good. So yeah, he trains out of Tampa Muay Thai. We've had a lot of students come out of that gym. They usually give us some really good high level competitors.
Right.
Previously, Joey Defabal, one of his teammates, who's also on the show, in a title fight as well. Joey has fought for us, I think, 3 or 4 times. He's had some 5-round bangers, and then he also suffered a rough defeat in a title fight. But he's tough, he's resilient. So when they told us about D, wanted to get him an opportunity. He's won 2 out of his last 3 fights.
All right.
He's got a very tough opponent in Alex Farfan, who's got 12 fights experience. He's 6-6, but 3 of his fights were 5-round split decision losses. Wow. Meaning that all 3 of those fights could have very easily, just with a 1 point in 1 round, could have gone his way. So he could just easily be 9-3 as he is 6-6. He's a tough opponent. So I really want to see who's the best 159 in Tampa. And so I've got the 2 best 159 pounders.
You're telling me you only weigh 159?
Not right now.
I was like, what? I need to get on this diet. Like, what the hell? Jesus. So you're probably weighing in like 160s, 170 right now, and you're going to cut down something like that?
Yeah, I've been there in the low 170s and cut down to 159.
Yeah,
right before weigh-ins. We always make weight, as anyone will tell you. We always got to make weight.
Yeah, I have learned. Actually, you taught me about this running in garbage bags back in the day.
Jesuit, man.
Yeah, duct taping garbage bags to your body. I think I hear the science.
I think Ray still does that actually.
Does he really do that? Oh my, Ray, you just got called out. If I see you in a garbage bag running through my neighborhood, I'm calling the police. So, anyway, Cynthia, you got any questions for these fighters? I know you're always intrigued by that.
No, this is cool. I mean, I think it's super cool that he's an attorney by day and just decided to, do these fights.
Yeah.
That's something you hear every day, but I don't talk to fighters every day either. So
No, in real estate, we are the fighters. That's right. Not nearly as hard as you guys, but...
And I mean, of all things, D does full contact Muay Thai, which is probably the most brutal, right alongside with bare knuckle. So meaning that they use fists, they use elbows, they use knees, and they use the feet.
Now they got a glove up or no?
They do. They use 12-ounce gloves,
okay.
And then on the amateur level, we pad their elbows.
Okay.
Again, this is just something that I'm not just Vigilant. All organizations now are required to. But even before this, we pretty much put everybody in the elbow pads just because we didn't want any extra damage that was unnecessary.
Yeah, I think it's like Pavo said, you got day jobs. Like you still got to go back and support your family.
Right.
We're not trying to put you in the hospital, right?
I do have a question. I guess if you do have to go to court, after a fight, what do you say? Oh,
Well, I guess it depends how the fight went, right?
It does depend on that, yeah.
There was one time, I think my third or fourth fight was in South Carolina, and I had a little bit of a shiner. I took an overhand in the second round, and I had to go to work the next day, and that happened to be the day we were shooting the pictures for our ID badges.
Oh, man.
So I was just like, can we do this another day? They're like, why? I'm like, no, never mind. Don't worry about it. So to this day, that picture of my ID badge, you can see the black eye a little bit. But that's on me. I should have better defense.
There is a short list of reasons that men should be allowed to wear makeup, and one of them is that. And I learned from that stupid fight I got with the Armoire, and I was like, there's certain places I had to be. I was like, damn it, I actually have to wear makeup. This is going to look bad. Anyway, we're going to go on a break here with the Business Happy Hour. When we get back, we're going to meet one more fighter, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the event and some more on real estate with Brandon Eady of VigilantMMA.co. Go get your tickets now. We'll see you in a minute.
Let's get back to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, owner of Lincoln Lending Group, and his co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates.
Welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial. Yes, I'm Frank the Bank. Yes, I do mortgages. Yes, we love reverse mortgages. Yes, we love regular mortgages. Yes, we tell you that you have lower interest rates. They're not 6.8%, guys. They are 5.8%. If you don't believe me, try me out. Go on contactfrankthebank.com, fill out a quick little questionnaire, and we will call you and get you a personalized rate quote. And if you need information about a reverse mortgage, my man Ryan Gorman talks about it every single morning, and we will get you that reverse mortgage. And no, you will not lose your home in a reverse mortgage either. It is a common misconception. And yes, I'm adding Vigilant MMA's fight, Combat Quest number 40 to my calendar right now with Senia copied. We're going to be at the OCC Roadhouse on April 19th, guys. That's only a couple weeks away. Where the doors open at 4:30. I'm not going to get there till after dinner, so I am going to meet some of the influencers. Plus, the truth of the matter is, I think I'm an influencer, and there's no way I'm going in there and letting them beat my ass. So anyway, no, I'm not going to fight.
I was just about to say, come on, Frank, you're 0-1. We got to get you in there.
He's right.
We got to get that record up, bro. Come on.
All right. I'll try and listen. If we can do, if attorneys and firefighters can get in there and do this stuff, and maybe.
What if I find another loan officer your size?
Oh, there actually might be one. I'll tell you to call.
Okay, now we're talking.
All right, you know who you are. Brandon's going to call you. I am not training for anything. This is going to be a lot of fun. That would be pretty. How about a real amateur in there?
That's something. Yeah. I don't know about that, bro.
I'll just start slapping him because that's all I know how to do. He's like, no, this is not a slap fight. Anyway, so we do have one more fighter, but before we bring him on, I want to say goodbye to Nwosu, to D. I wish you a lot of luck in your fight. Hopefully you've got a little bit of that cream you can put on just in case, but let's hope that fight goes the right way for you and you don't have to do that. Maybe go for the arm bar. You know,
no arm bars in Muay Thai, so I gotta.
Muay Thai is strictly striking. It's fists, elbows, knees, and kicks.
All right, none of that then. No arm bars. Just beat him with your elbow.
No shiners.
No shiners, except for the other guy. That's right.
And if you win, take the belt into court with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. That belt's coming with me everywhere if I bring it home.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm not putting it on him. That's a whole other story. So let's bring in our last fighter here. We have Dante Friga.
Dante the Phantom.
Phantom Friga. I love it. The guy is so quiet sitting in the back. Dante, you've been waiting this whole time to get on here. Brandon, you give him the introduction. I know Dante.
Oh, good Lord, man. So this young man right here, we have been blessed at Vigilant to be a part of his martial arts journey. His parents trusted me with him when he was first getting started from his very first youth kickboxing match, and we've been careful to bring him along properly. He's only ever suffered one defeat. It was a split decision. I had Dante winning the fight. We don't influence the judges at Vigilant MMA, or he would have won that fight. So, and beyond that, he turned 18. He went over to MMA, and he's just dominated. His first fight was very close. He had a tough opponent that took him all 3 rounds, and that was the greatest thing for him because since then, every opponent that he's had, as he promised me, he has finished. He told me there would be no more decisions, no more arguments, no more social media callbacks, for a rematch. He was going to make sure and be decisive, and he's done that.
I love it.
And right now he is 5-0. He's ranked number 3 in the state of Florida per Tapology. He's ranked number 10 in the entire Southeast United States. That's out of 604 fighters. You have a guy here who's in the top 10 out of 604.
Man, congratulations on that.
That's amazing, yeah.
Thank you.
You're only 18?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that's impressive.
That is. You've got a long career ahead. Now, actually, we're going to have to get with these other guys. Should we find them a regular career, or should we just like...
what's your day job?
Actually, Dante has a full-time day job.
What do you do, Dante?
I'm a general contractor. I work with my dad here, and we do a lot of land clearing and build homes.
Man.
Oh, wow.
Do you have anybody who's not a professional coming in here?
Listen, man, we vet our fighters, our competitors seriously.
Yeah. I think this is probably one of the most exciting parts about the show is I don't think that a lot of guys listening, listen, guys, don't beat me in the parking lot for this, but a lot of them probably like, oh, these are a bunch of dumb fighters.
Right.
No, these are not some dumb fighters. These are some hardworking professionals in here who actually go and support the family during the day and then do this. You got to have time to do this. I mean, you guys are working, got to be 2 jobs. doing this? I mean,
Absolutely. Training is a full-time job.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Countless
100%.
hours.
yeah. How many hours a week you think you put into training?
I put in more time into training than I put in anything. If I'm not working, I'm probably in the gym more than I'm at the house. We go in probably 4 or 5 hours in the morning and then another 4 or 5 hours at night. We're in there every morning, every night, weekends. I think I get Sunday sometimes off if
You
I'm
gotta
lucky.
give yourself at least one day. You do. 50. See, we've got coach in here. 50, 55 hours a
No,
week.
that's Pops. That's Pops.
A spiritual coach. Yes. But yeah, 50, 55 hours on top. Hey, by the way, Lincoln Lending Group employees, you guys hear this? This guy's doing 55 hours of physical training.
Outside of work.
Outside of work. All right. I know, Sen, I'm busting butts over here, aren't I? But, man, how about your opponent? Tell us about this fight that's coming up.
So, on the last event, you know, we had Dante in here. We had his opponent, Greg, Greek Jesus Kalouris.
Yeah.
Great fight, great opponent, very respectful. And if I could just say real quick, that was one of the best fights we've probably ever had. It was back and forth the entire time. Even in the third round, no one knew who was going to win. It was such a close fight. And then with 1 minute to go, Greg left his neck out there for a half a second too long, and Dante submitted him.
Ooh.
Now, Dante was a white belt. That's an intro belt. Now, he had stripes on it, but he was an intro belt, and Greg was a high-level purple.
Oh.
So for him winning that by submission, he got automatically promoted to being a blue belt, which is a huge accomplishment.
Damn. I didn't know you could do that.
Most people quit jiu-jitsu before they ever get that blue belt. That's like, I mean, the biggest quit rate is from white to blue or from blue to purple. Maybe from blue to purple might be a little bit higher quit rate. Yeah, okay. So
Then you get to fly a little faster.
well, because they think because they're, you know, belt's got some color now, they've mastered jiu-jitsu when in fact they have many, many years to go.
Man.
But that fight was just absolutely incredible. So we brought in a guy from Kansas City who came in as a backup, and because he didn't get to compete, we're putting him on the next show.
All right.
And he's undefeated 4-0. Dante's undefeated 5-0.
Oh, man.
Somebody's O has got to go.
Oh, man. Dante, it's not going to be yours, right?
I know who it won't be. That's for sure.
I love
Yes,
it.
sir. They're giving me 5 rounds to take him out now, so
Actually, no, man. Florida still makes it 3 rounds.
still make it
even
3
in
rounds?
title fights. Yeah,
in title fights.
Yeah.
Well, listen, there's always the parking lot. We can go 2 more rounds if we need to.
No,
No, we can't do unsanctioned.
I don't even need 3. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
I love it. Listen, the show has gone really, really fast. Dante, I really appreciate having you back on the show. We do wish you the best of luck. I think you're going to kill it out there, and hopefully I get to see it in person with Senia this time.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm excited. We have to make it.
Yes, we are. And guys, go to vigilantmma.co. It is April 19th. You can still buy tickets and get that VIP table. I promise you it's worth it. And you'll get to see Frank the Bank and Senia. Brandon, thank you for coming on.
You
guys
know it, man.
Go kick some butts.
Stay
See you guys.
vigilant.
Kill it.
Go Gators.
All right. So another quick minute here for